I caught my husband with my best friend. While I was 9 months pregnant, my husband said he didn't have time. Went to my prenatal checkups alone. Until I saw this post. That woman was my best friend. Right then, he called me. I didn't know whether to believe him or break down, until I smelled her perfume on him. Why is Chusije so busy? He's always working. Does he not have time for his own wife and child? It's been almost 9 months, and he still lets you come here alone? Men are all the same, completely unreliable. People passed by in the crowded hallway. My mom's voice was loud, every word aimed at Chusije, yet I was the one feeling embarrassed. She gently touched my swollen belly, her expression full of irritation. Mom, it's fine. He's on a business trip. He was actually planning to come back early to go with me, but I told him it wasn't necessary. I've always considered myself pretty healthy. Aside from getting more anemic lately, my pregnancy hasn't been too difficult. Most of the time, the baby is calm, barely causing any trouble. I've always been independent. If I can do something myself, I won't ask anyone for help, not even the people closest to me. Chusije both loves and hates that about me. Sometimes he admires my independence and trust. Other times he wishes I would rely on him more, act a little spoiled. Right after I said that, my phone rang. My mom helped me sit down to rest, then turned away to organize my medical papers, ignoring me. Chusije sounded concerned on the phone. He said he was still in City D, but his work was almost done. He'd have dinner with a client, then catch the latest high-speed train back to City B. Is Lin Yi back too? Is she doing okay? Is your project working well with her? Lin Yi was our childhood friend, mine and Chusije's, and my best friend since elementary school. She had just transferred to his project department this year. But the two of them had never gotten along. According to Lin Yi, she had always disliked Chusije's fake modesty. And Chusije couldn't stand her arrogance and cold attitude. He replied in that familiar, slightly annoyed tone. My wife already told me what to do. Do you think I'd dare go against that? Then his tone suddenly softened, turning playful. Hey, what about me? Can't you show a little more concern for your husband? All you ever talk about is Lin Yi. We laughed and joked for a bit. I told him to travel safely before hanging up. My mom, still holding back her irritation, helped me down to the parking lot. On the way home, she kept muttering under her breath. My ears were practically numb from all the nagging. For the first time ever, I desperately wished Chusije would hurry home, just to save me from this. But at a red light, as I casually scrolled through my phone, I saw something strange. Just 1 minute ago, Lin Yi had posted something. Under dim lighting, her hands were tied with a tie. She was lying on a white hotel bed. The scene was seductive, and beneath the photo, a caption, "Business trip, watching the game, slaying monsters." I was just about to comment, shocked that after all these years of being so reserved, she had suddenly changed overnight, when the tie in the picture made my head spin. Blue-gray stripes, a bright red heart, a limited edition, exactly like the birthday gift I gave Chusije. Chen Nian, I told you to stop using your phone so much. Do you want to go blind? My mom's voice rang out again. I ignored her. I immediately tapped Lin Yi's profile, but the post was gone, as if nothing had ever happened. Maybe I was just imagining things. The car started moving again. Suddenly, a sharp pain twisted in my stomach. My vision blurred, and everything went black. When I woke up, I was lying in a hospital bed, receiving a blood transfusion. Outside the window, it was already completely dark. Lately, I hadn't had much of an appetite. I barely ate lunch, and my anemia had come back. I used to think I was healthy, but after seeing that horrifying image, I actually fainted from shock. When I opened my eyes, my mom was sitting beside me, her face full of worry, her eyes red. I gently placed my hand over my round belly, my heart tightening. "You're always making me worry. You married into a family with no money, and in less than a year, you're already pregnant. I raised you all by myself, hoping you'd marry rich and live comfortably. But instead, you..." Her familiar complaints filled the room again. I knew she was worried I'd suffer. After my father passed, she went through so much raising me alone. From the very beginning, she had disapproved of Chu CJ's family background. She was afraid I'd struggle if I married him. But in reality, I'm a brand design team lead. My income is more than decent. Chu CJ isn't doing badly either. He's worked his way up, gotten raises, and now leads his own project team. We've upgraded to a new car, bought a new home. Our baby is about to be born. Everything is clearly moving in the right direction. If it weren't for that strange post earlier, I would have just ignored my mom's words like always. Our family may not be as rich as Lin Yi's, and that's fine, but if Chu CJ is so busy he's never home, if he can't even be there when you're sick, then what's the point of making all that money? I'd heard this countless times before, but now it felt bitter. If I wasn't imagining things before I fainted, then what exactly was that photo? All these years, what was really going on between Chu CJ and Lin Yi? I don't like beating around the bush. I just wanted to call them and ask directly. But just as I picked up my phone, the hospital room door suddenly burst open. Chu CJ rushed in, dragging his suitcase behind him. The post was gone. No evidence left. Still, I didn't want misunderstandings to linger. So I asked him directly, "Where's the striped tie I gave you?" "The tie?" Chu CJ froze for a second, then calmly walked over and gently pulled me into his arms. Maybe I was being overly sensitive, but I could smell a faint trace of cigarette smoke on him. Mixed with it was a subtle hint of women's perfume. A scent I didn't recognize, so light it was almost impossible to detect. But Chu CJ had quit smoking long before I started trying to get pregnant. "It's in my suitcase. What's wrong? Are you still feeling unwell?" Weakly, I pushed him away. At some point, my eyes had already filled with tears. "Take it out. I want to see it." He frowned slightly but said nothing. He set down his suitcase and pulled out the tie I had given him. Blue-gray stripes, neatly rolled. The red heart still perfectly in place. Nothing seemed wrong, as if that social media post had just been a nightmare. We looked at each other. He seemed completely calm, and I suddenly felt like a paranoid fool. Nothing seemed wrong, as if that social media post had just been a nightmare. We looked at each other. He seemed completely calm, and I suddenly felt like a paranoid fool. Don't lose control. Don't blame it on hormones. Only at night. When I felt the baby move. When I looked at Chu CJ's arm wrapped around my waist as he slept. That was when a quiet anxiety crept in. I was afraid I couldn't balance career and motherhood. Afraid my body would change. Afraid the man beside me might one day change too. "Chu CJ, I already said, it's just a stupid tie. Why are you making such a big deal out of it?" My mom couldn't hold back anymore. "Can you take care of your wife first? She's heavily pregnant. She fainted from anemia, and all you do is run around on business trips. I swear you only care about making money." "I'm sorry, Mom. It won't happen again. I've already talked to my company. I won't be traveling for the next few months. From now on, I'll stay by Yanyan's side. Please don't be upset. It's bad for your health." He held my hand tightly. Warmth spread from his palm to the back of my hand. His eyes were full of concern. "I'm sorry, Yanyan. I shouldn't have let you go through this." I felt a lump in my throat. maybe I really was overthinking. And just then, my stomach suddenly moved. The baby kicked. Chu Sije saw it too. His eyes lit up with the excitement of a soon-to-be father. He gently placed his hand on my belly, speaking softly. "Daddy came home late. I'm sorry. You and Mommy have worked so hard." My eyes burned. He had been working silently for this family. Our marriage was never easy. Maybe I shouldn't doubt him. Just as my hand touched his back, the door suddenly burst open. Lin Yi rushed in. She completely ignored the intimate moment between us and ran straight toward me. Her face was full of genuine concern. But as she got closer, that same faint fragrance, the one mixed with cigarette smoke earlier, reached me again. And suddenly, my suspicion had an answer.